Morning, everybody. I got some massive nugget that you guys are not gonna wanna miss in this video. So it's gonna be a super fast video, so I highly encourage you guys to just watch the entire thing. It's not gonna be long, but it's gonna be fucking powerful in the sense of how to set yourself up to actually win. Now, a lot of times, when we're trying to accomplish something or create something in our lives, we tend to rush into things. Like we're always constantly trying to just get things done right away, right? And obviously there's a certain degree to where you have to take massive action to make your dreams come true, but you also have to be patient. You also have to be tactical. You also have to be willing to slow down to see what you might be missing. Because at times when we're moving so fast, because we're trying to just do all these things, you miss things. You completely miss things, and it happens to all of us. For example, like I'm going through a situation right now that I've been rushing through for the last several months. Like I'm just trying to get it done. And I got to a point eventually last week where I was like, man, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to just get this done. And I don't even care at this point. And that is the completely wrong approach, because to a certain degree, yes, that creates urgency and it helps you really accomplish things a lot faster and finish things, but it also puts you in a situation where you might actually end up putting yourself in a worse spot. Right, and so what do I mean by that? So I'll give you guys an example. I'll give you a simple one, then I'll give you a complex one of something that actually happened to me, and I want you guys to just listen to this. Okay, so what the hell is Jaime talking about? So I'm gonna give you a couple quick examples just so you guys understand. So just hear these examples, because when I give you the complex one, it's gonna make a lot more sense. So when we're trying to lose weight, right? I bet at one point or another, because I did this many times, but most of us at one point or another were like, you know what, I'm just not gonna eat anything for the rest of the day, or I'm gonna run 10 miles today to make up for all the bad decisions that I made in the last couple of days, right? Logically, you think that sounds sane and you think it's gonna work because, logically, technically, like, yeah, you're gonna lose more calories a lot faster. But what we're not seeing in the moment is that in the long run, it's gonna play a toll on you. If you've never fasted for that long, or you've never ran that long, it's actually a lot more exhausting. And really the main issue that you should be looking at is like, what had me even overeat the last several days, right? So it's a completely different way of looking at things. Another example would be, let's say you're a professional athlete. You wanna hire some of the best coaches out there. You hire this coach because you know they're really good. But once you start working with them, you realize like, man, there's just something about them that does not let me focus, that bothers me. Is it their energy? Is it the way they treat people? There's all kinds of things, right? And so you can choose to stay in that situation and be like, you know what? This is the best coach out there. I just got to suck it up, listen to them, and I'm sure my life will become what I wanted to become as a professional athlete. But what we don't recognize in that moment is that what if energetically that person's way of being is actually affecting us in a way where it does not allow us to perform to our optimal level and actually follow directions of what they're telling us when it comes to training. You'd probably be better off finding a quote unquote second best tier coach where you energetically feel connected to and you feel like they actually care about you, because that's actually what you're seeking. So it's not just about all the doing. Like, you can practice all you want, but if you're energetically not aligned towards the mission or the people around you, it will play a massive toll on you, and potentially even affect you to the point where you don't create the results that you want because of that energetic hold that it has on you. Now, if you're still watching this, you're gonna wanna hear this one out. This one's more of a business move and a financial move, and this is an actual thing that is currently happening to me. So I've been in a partnership where I've been trying to get out of for about a while now, and we finally came to somewhat of an agreement. The agreement that we ended up agreeing to, in the moment when I signed documents over this weekend, I was like, this makes a lot of sense. It's a lot better from a financial move if I structure it the way I structure it. So for example, I was supposed to buy out this person, and the original agreement was that I would give them 750 grand to basically just completely buy them out. We go our separate ways and we're completely done. That's it. Clean slate, start from scratch. And in the moment, my ego did not let me see that that was actually the best possible move for me. And the reason why I didn't want to do it was because I was like, I don't want to give up 750K right off the bat. So I was like, you know what if I structure the deal in a way where I don't have to pay the money back right away? And so what I did is I basically told this person, like, hey, let's do this, that in 90 days, I'm going to pay you half of X amount based on what's in this account. And then over the course of the next 6 to 10 months, I'll pay you back a profit of what the company's earning. And so we came to an agreement on that. And initially, when I came up with this, I was like, no, this makes sense. It's It's a business move. It's a financial move. Like, people do this all the time. The structure, it's not that the structure was bad or the structure was wrong, but what I didn't recognize in the moment is that who I made the structure and the deal with was actually somebody that I didn't want to be energetically tied up with, right? So part of the reason why we parted ways was because we just did not align a lot of things energetically, vision-wise. I pulled myself out of that, and knowing now where I'm going and knowing what thinking and believing that I think I know where I want to head, setting up this structure actually putting me towards that path. And it could be, or does it still have an energetic hold on me? So I could not see that for the life of me in that moment because I was completely just rushing through it. I was just so done with it. Although we were in communication and although we were trying to get on the same page, like, I was just to the point where I was like, I need to be done with this. Like, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even care anymore. So I ended up agreeing to the second deal. The second deal was basically paying the person over time, but I actually ended up paying them more. It was about double. Again, in the moment, it sounded fair. It sounded like this is a good move. But thinking about it over the weekend, I realized, I was like, man, you know what? It's not that the move was bad or it's not that the strategy was wrong, but what if the strategy and the payment plan that I structured shouldn't have been set up with that person, should have maybe been set up with somebody else, right? So for example, when you're buying a company, people do this all the time, right? You structure a deal where like, hey, I'll pay you back on the profits, or I'll take out a loan, I'll pay you back, or you get a loan from a bank or from somebody, and then you buy the person out. That's very normal in business, right? So what I didn't see in the moment is like, you know what? Maybe I should have gotten a loan from somebody somewhere else to just completely pay this person off. A, I would have saved money, and B, I would be completely done with them. Like, I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't have to think about it anymore. Yes, I still owe the money. Yes, it's still the same deal, but now I get to just worry about paying back a bank versus paying back this person that I don't want to say I want nothing to do with them, but I don't want them to be tied up with my finances anymore, is really what I should say. I could not quite see that. I completely missed two gaps right there. Like, I was in such a rush to just get things done that I was not present enough or methodical enough to realize that, like, it wasn't just about the money. It wasn't just about the deal was structured. It was about the person that I was in a relationship with regarding that specific deal. And so now I'm in a place where I'm like, man, we got to amend this. Like, this is not going to work. And so I'm 90% certain that we can amend this. Like, I don't see this person denying it. Like, we still have a good relationship. So they initially wanted the first deal too. Like, they would have rather done that. And I ended up agreeing not to. So I'm going to have a conversation with them and basically be like, hey, we got to restructure this again. Like, I think we need to meet more in the middle. We need to go back to the original agreement, because for me personally, like, I've realized that it's actually not a good move. And so I'm hoping that they are able to, not just that we're able to amend it, but that they actually agree. The whole reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because, again, like, there comes a point in our lives where you have to take massive action. I talk about this all the time. Like, massive action will completely change your life. Like, if you do nothing different, if you don't actually take the steps towards where you're trying to go, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're not going to get anywhere, right? But at the same time, like, how can you move fast enough, or how can you move slow enough where you're still able to move fast? And that's what I couldn't quite see, is that because I was in such a rush and I was in my emotions that I could not see another path. And I could not see what I was setting up might potentially, and I don't know for a fact, right? Maybe it won't. I don't think it will. But I started thinking about this because I told a friend about this. I told a friend about the situation, and they were like, you know what? Like, it's not that the structure was wrong, but like, what if the structure you set up was wrong with that person? What if you could have structured it in a way where that person didn't have to be involved anymore, and you just went your separate ways and you don't have to think about it anymore, right? Because, and it's not that this person is wrong or is bad or did me dirty or anything like that. It's just more the fact that because we weren't aligned to the vision and to the same, and we didn't want the same things, is why we're parting ways, right? And if that's the case, then why am I still having them tied up to my business and tied up to these investments where they still have a hold on me? Energetically, they still have a hold on me. It's not even just the financial part. And so again, learn from my mistakes, because I've made these mistakes before and I might make them again. I hope I don't. But if you guys, like, we get to be it all. We get to be tactical. We get to be strategic. We get to be present. We get to really pay attention to our energy and see, like, what kind of things, or energetically, like, how people put a hold on us, right? It's a reason why when you're in a romantic relationship, like, you part ways, because as much as you love this person, they're just weighing so heavy on you because of the way that they are. I completely freaking miss that. And so I'm asking you guys to, like, really just look at that in your life. Like, where in your life could you slow down? And where in your life could you shift things in a way where energetically it would actually help you in a positive way versus a negative way? Because what we think we might be seeing in this moment might not actually be the right move. It might sound good on paper, but what if it's not? Before ever making a big decision and hiring somebody or working on something, just going, like, there's times where you got to slow down, like really think things through. There's like this weird dichotomy and like balance where like I got to move fast. I get to move fast because massive action is what actually creates results. But at the same time, how can I not put myself in a position where it will actually hurt me more on the long run, which is what I think I just did. I'm hoping that we will realign on what this was. And so I just don't want you guys to make the same mistake. Like, I'm hoping I never make the same mistake again. So we get to, again, just a reminder, you get to slow down, you get to be strategic, you get to take massive action, but you also get to look at things not just from a numerical number, not just from a strategy number, but from an energetic level, from an emotional level, a spiritual level, because it's all connected and it's all aligned. And in one way or another, it all plays a toll on you. And it also aligns you to be able to move fast towards your vision. That's all I got for you guys today, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.